Imagine an era where the power of empires was measured not by their armies, but by their principles of trade. In the heart of India lay Ratanpur, not just a city, but a tradition. Yet traditions remain secure only as long as their heirs stand united. Safkar Dharamdas had built this empire from nothing, but his three sons, Aryan, Varun, and Kabir, were like three poles of different directions. Today, the air in Ratanpur feels heavy. The noise is not of a festival, but of a clash between three ideologies. Time, the silent witness to this tale, leads us to the courtyard of a mansion where the foundation of an empire is at stake. Let us see what happens when ego, aesthetics, and ethics collide under one roof.
Varun, step out of your world of imagination. Can't you see the winds of the market are changing? The southern merchants are capturing our borders. Trade is not a poem you write at leisure. It is a ruthless war. If we do not have the fastest horses and the most aggressive policies, we will be tossed into the dustbin of history. I want speed. I want victory. He who lacks the courage to crush the enemy is unfit to rule an empire.
Big brother, your speed is often directionless. You look at the edge of the sword, but forget the carvings on its sheath. You forget why people buy from us. They buy because our craftsmanship has a soul, and our silks hold the colors of the rainbow. If we become mere machines, our uniqueness will vanish. Winning a customer's heart is an art, brother. Sell them a dream so vivid they are compelled to return. Attraction is the true power, not fear.
Both of you are holding on to opposite shores, forgetting the depth of the river. Brother Aryan, war creates fear, not respect. And Brother Varun, attraction brings only fleeting gain, not lasting relationships. Have you ever wondered why grandfather's customers still come to us? Because they know if a stone leaves the house of Dharamdas, it will be genuine. Trust is the invisible thread that binds this empire. Without ethics, trade is merely loot, and loot always has a bitter end.
Standing above, Dharamdas was weighing his son's words. There was concern in his eyes. Munimji, his loyal clerk and shadow for years, stood nearby.
Munimji, do you see? Aryan has the eye of a hawk, but lacks patience. Varun has the feathers of a peacock, but forgets the roots. And Kabir? He understands depth, but he has yet to experience the bitterness of the world and the strike of the seasons. These three must be sent to a school where the teacher is not a human, but nature itself. Only experience can melt ego.
That evening, the lamps in the ancient library glowed with a mysterious light. The scent of old leather and sandalwood incense wafted through the air. At Dharamdas's call, the three brothers arrived. On the table lay an ancient diary, its pages yellowed by the dust of time.
My sons, you all possess extraordinary talent, but you are looking at only one facet of the truth. You are mistaking a small pebble for the entire mountain. Behind those northern hills, where the sun is born and clouds rest, our ancestors described an eternal pear tree. It is said that he who understands that tree understands the secret formula for success. I want you three to find that tree and bring me your observations.
Father, I can leave tomorrow morning. I have Badal, the fastest horse. I will cover weeks of travel in days and bring back the largest fruits to prove I am the most worthy heir.
Not so fast, Aryan. When ambition becomes ego, it turns blind. You will not go together. There will be a gap of 4 months between each of your journeys. First, Aryan will go, then Varun, and finally Kabir. And the mandatory condition, until all three of you return, you shall not utter a single word about your journey to each other. Whatever you see, keep it within you.
Yes, Father, we accept the condition.
Dharamdas knew the seasons would change, and with the seasons, the form of the tree. He wanted to see how his son's intellect would grasp these changes and whether they could reach the depth of the truth. The month of November. Snowfall had begun in the mountains. Aryan, who considered himself invincible and the fastest, set out with pride. He thought his speed would defeat the cold, but the Himalayan peaks showed him his place. The paths were narrow, the oxygen thin, and the cold was bone-chilling.
Curse this! Even Bottle is sinking in the snow. The air is so cold, it feels like hot needles in my lungs. What was Father thinking, sending me to this wilderness? How can the path to business success lead through these frozen valleys? There is no echo of profit here, only the sound of my own trembling breath. Does that tree even exist, or is this a cruel joke?
After months of struggle against hunger and thirst, when he finally reached the secret valley, his soul was filled with bitterness. He saw the eternal tree, but the sight was a nightmare to him.
What is this? This is a dried-up stump. Not a single leaf, no color, no fruit. Its branches look like the withered fingers of a dying man. Someone has fooled Father, or his memory is failing. This tree is waiting for its own death. This is like a severe recession in business, where the vault is empty and only dry silence remains. I came here for nothing. My time is wasted.
Arian returned. His pride was crushed, and his eyes were filled with disappointment. When Varun tried to ask him something, he said bitterly, "Go, see your eternal truth for yourself. There is only death and stone there." Arian believed he had seen the absolute truth. The wheel of time turned. The month of March arrived. It was Varun's turn. For Varun, this journey was not a punishment, but an artistic quest. He took his paint boxes, canvases, and his beloved sitar. Nature was now waking from its long winter slumber. The mountain snow had melted into the gurgling music of streams.
Incredible. Is this the same place? Brother Arian must have lost his way or gone to a different mountain. This place is like the corridors of heaven. And that tree, oh, it is adorned like a divine beauty.
The tree was now covered in thick clouds of white and velvety pink flowers. There was such a fragrance in the air that Varun lost himself. Thousands of butterflies formed a colorful halo around the tree.
How beautiful you are. Every branch of yours tells a silent melody. How could Brother Arian see only dryness here? He is unfortunate not to recognize beauty. This is the real truth of life. Grandeur, display, novelty and blooming. Trade should be like this, always fragrant like flowers, so the world is drawn to it. I want to settle here. I have found my truth.
When Varun returned, he was full of excitement and color. He told Kabir, "Kabir, you won't believe your eyes. That tree is God's most beautiful masterpiece." Brother Arian's words were merely his delusion. Varun felt he had found the ultimate truth, which is only beauty and attraction. Now it was the turn of the calmest one, Kabir. It was late July. Torrential rain was falling, and the scent of wet earth rose from the hills. The paths were treacherous, filled with mud and slips. But Kabir was not running. He moved slowly, enjoying every drop.
The rain is giving new life to the soil. Brother Varun spoke of flowers, but can those delicate flowers withstand this fierce onslaught of rain? If the truth is to be found, one must go beneath the surface. What is visible is not always the truth.
When he reached the valley, the scene had changed again. Those delicate flowers of spring had fallen and turned into soil, but the tree now looked even more regal and heavy.
Wonderful! Your branches are bowed now, not out of weakness, but out of weight. You are laden with thousands of golden, juicy fruits. And look, birds are enjoying your bounty, and tired shepherds are sleeping in your cool shade. You ask for nothing. You simply give. Your humility is your strength.
Kabir saw that despite the torrential rain and strong winds, the tree's roots held the ground so firmly that no storm could shake it. He spent many days there and understood that for fruit to come, flowers must be sacrificed. He returned with a strange sense of peace. A year passed. Safkar Dharamdas called a grand assembly in the main square of Ratanpur. Thousands of citizens and merchants from far and wide came to see what the future of this great empire would be.
My 3 sons, the time has come. Tell this society and the people of Ratanpur what you saw in that eternal tree. Aryan, you are the eldest. What is your truth?
Father, the truth is that the tree is a deception, a dying symbol. It is completely dry, ugly, and lifeless. It teaches us that in the end, everything perishes. It represents those cruel times in trade where there is only struggle, bitterness, and emptiness. Whoever calls it eternal is lying.
Brother, what are you saying? You must have looked at some ruins. Father, that tree is the pinnacle of beauty. It is like a festival draped in a sheet of pink flowers. It teaches us that life is only joy, splendor, and attraction. Brother Arian's perspective is merely negative.
My brothers, what you both saw was entirely true, but it was incomplete. I saw that the tree is a storehouse of golden fruits. It is a symbol of patience and benevolence. It teaches us that true success is that which feeds others and teaches one to bow with humility.
Munimji, did you see? Man's greatest mistake is to consider a single moment as the eternal truth. He mistakes one season for an entire lifetime. Arian, what you saw was the time of the root, foundation. In winter, the tree appears dead on the outside so it can gather its energy into its roots. It doesn't die. It prepares for the future. If the tree had not endured the harshness of winter, it would never have survived. The recession in trade is just like that, where we must strengthen our foundation. You saw only its ugliness, but failed to recognize the struggle and life hidden behind it. If you had cut down the tree that day, would Varun have found flowers?
So that dryness was not its death, but its penance?
Yes, and Varun, you saw the effort blooming. Flowers are beautiful. They draw the world toward you. In business, marketing and attraction are those flowers. But remember, flowers that do not turn into fruit remain mere showpieces. You saw the glitter, but not the stability behind it. If you had just clung to the flowers, would Kabir have found the fruit?
Yes, Father, I understand my mistake. I was lost only in the external appearance.
And Kabir, you saw the attainment, harvest. The fruits came only because Arian's winter strengthened the roots and Varun's flowers paved the way for the fruit. But Kabir, if you had gone in winter, would you have found fruit in that dry tree? No. Therefore, do not negate your brother's struggles and the truths they saw, for without them, your season of fruit would never have existed. From today, the three of you will run this empire together. No one is superior to the other. Arian, you will oversee security and discipline, so our roots do not shake even in a recession. Varun, you will oversee marketing and art, so our trade remains attractive. And Kabir, you will oversee quality and social service, so the fruit of our success reaches everyone. When these three meet, only then will our Ratanpur be eternal.
So friends, this was the saga of Ratanpur. In our lives too, winter often comes. When work doesn't go well, dreams break, and there is dryness everywhere. At that time, do not give up. Remember, you are not dying, you are strengthening your roots. Then spring will come, and happiness will bloom like flowers. But do not be arrogant in that, because the real destination is to bear fruit, to be of use to others. This story teaches us that we should not judge any situation or person based on a single moment or season, because the truth is hidden in the full cycle of time. Just as the dryness of winter is not the death of a tree, but the penance to strengthen its roots, the difficult times in life prepare us for future success.